Episode 9 of McHenry County Stronger Together is live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in again. My name is Jim Wydilla of Cinemation and Modern Day Romeos, and this is the last show of July. Can you believe it? This weekend's already going to be August. The summer's flying by. There's graduation ceremonies, high school graduation ceremonies that are a little bit unorthodox, but they're starting to happen. And I wanted to tune in to these graduates in the class of 2020. So I have 5 amazing students from several different schools in the Woodstock area. So we're going to jump right into the Zoom room and meet them. Let's go. Welcome to the Zoom room. I have some fun guests. I'm excited right now. We had some issues, technical issues, but we're going to work through them. These are all high school graduates of several different Woodstock high schools. So I'm going to go around the Zoom room really quick and just let them introduce themselves and let them tell a little bit about yourselves. Cameron, let's start with you.
Okay, so my name is Cameron. I'm from Woodstock, and I went to Woodstock High School. And then this fall, I'm going to be going to University of Colorado Boulder, and I'm going to be majoring in psychology.
Awesome. Luke, tell us about yourself.
My name is Luke Rogers. I went to Marion Central High School. I was originally going to go to UW-Platteville up in Wisconsin, but plans changed, and now I'm actually joining the Navy.
Whoa, that is a change.
Yeah.
Jordan, tell me about yourself.
Okay, my name is Jordan Knox. I'm from Woodstock. I went to Woodstock North High School, and I'm going to attend University of Kentucky and major in business.
Business. Mac.
My name is Mac Buckley. I went to Woodstock High School, and I'm going to be studying computer science at Kill College next year.
Awesome. So we'll just get into it because it's kind of fun because I've been interviewing a lot of different people from all over that are kind of like the leaders of the county and on many different levels. But once I posted that I was going to talk to high school students, I had more reaction from this than almost any of the other things because it's such a messed up year and everything is so crazy. And all we hear is about either school districts or parents or everybody freaking out and just going bananas on social media. But there really hasn't been a lot focused on you guys and like your thoughts and how you're processing everything and how you're dealing with everything, which seems to be better than all of the the grown adults and parents and everything. So I have a couple questions here that I posted, and here's some things that they want to know. First of all, most of you are going to college or Navy, and this is your last summer with your close friends. How do you go about like still trying to like make the summer memorable with super limitations on everything? So I'll just kind of open it up. How did you get creative? Were you able to see your friends? Were you not able to see your friends? Just kind of tell us a little bit about how your summer was.
I was able to, still go to the park. Oh,
Go ahead, Mac. We'll start.
Okay. I was still able to, go out and, the parks are still free and you're still able to go play basketball. Now the hoops have been able to be put back up and, take advantage of the public areas that are still open to the rest of the county. So that's one of the ways I was able to still hang out with my friends.
Jordan, did you have something? It looked like you were going to say something.
We actually in the beginning of quarantine, we made a senior group chat, so we kind of stayed together. We originally were going to do it in the school parking lot, but I think it ended up at Emmerson, and it came like a bi-weekly thing where we, all sat in a circle in our cars like everybody else, and it was really fun, actually. Yeah.
Really? Is it weird, or did you actually have fun?
It was really weird in the beginning because we were like, do you play like football? Are you allowed to do that? All that other stuff, but eventually, as like things like loosened up, it was a lot easier.
A lot easier.
Yeah.
You ever get any hassles from getting together or doing any of that stuff?
Actually, our school cop, Officer Augustus, was on patrol, I think, and he was on a bike or something and rolled right past us. And he was like, "No, I am not." We were like, "Are you really gonna kick us out? You know us." And he's actually like, "No, I think it's great that you found a way to stay together, but still, are safe about it." And we all brought masks in case anybody felt uncomfortable. But yeah, it was really good.
Awesome. Jeff Moore asked, do you plan with what you're doing? Do you plan on working corporate America, or are you thinking more of the small business entrepreneur route? Luke, you're going to go into the Navy. So what I'm interested really quick before I answer that question. So you were already set to go to school. What made you switch? Was it COVID related? Did you have another influence or another inspiration? How did that all come together?
No, I mean, Marion it's a college prep school. I mean, you were never really talked to about the military much during school. Like their main goal is to get you to go to college. And so, I mean, as soon as I graduated, the more I looked into it and the more like they reached out to me and I really looked into what they had to offer, it just really seemed like something I'd always wanted to do. And I mean, I'm really happy with my decision. My mom is not, unfortunately, but she really wanted to see me go to college, play football. But it's truly what I think is for me.
You play football for Navy if there is if there even is football.
Yeah.
How are they? Have you talked about like the boot camps or the training processes? Are they totally different because of COVID? Or are you still able to do kind of the normal routine entering?
I think they added in a week before and a week after. So I think boot camp's like 8 weeks now instead of 6 to work with like the kind of quarantining. I know for some things you have to wear masks. For other things, it's still the same. For like their scout teams that they have, some of the pools have closed it down because like for COVID. And but other than that, not too much.
So, we'll go Cameron. Can you hear me? Okay. Your video's kind of cutting in and out.
Yeah.
That's cutting out.
Yeah, I can.
So.
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I can hear you a little bit. So do you want to do, normally up until this point, it was get a college education, join corporate America. So it's kind of a two-part question. One of them, both from Jeff Moore and Brian Ruby, they're asking, as far as a push lately, most parents are still kind of pushing you to, go to college and then kind of get a career from college. Do your parents push you to do that? Is that still an important thing? Because trades are making a big push to say, forget college, join the trades. You can still make a lot of money and, have a career. Is that something that was influenced on you? And kind of what's your opinion on the importance of going to college and corporate America or starting your own business? Just kind of all of your thoughts on those. So Jordan, I'll start with you. What do you think? Is it you're going to college? Is it an American dream? You want to start your own business? Were you to do it, or is this something that you feel is important?
Well, I guess I'm kind of a special situation because I've had the pleasure of watching my dad go through corporate America, and he's in business, and started in the beginning of the year down in Chicago, but had to move home. So I guess I've kind of watched the transition into him doing more Zooms and calls and tried to make it as interactive and personable as possible while still being separated. So I guess I kind of saw that adaptability is really possible in corporate America. And since I already was kind of, leaning toward the more bigger city and bigger company, I think it really does push me to see, how the 21st century is affecting it.
Yeah. Cameron, how about you?
Well, when you're talking about the trades and college and everything, I feel like all just through high school and my family, it's always been like you go to college after high school and you get a job. But I definitely feel like with the generation and the times now, it's way more open to going to the trades or taking a gap year and kind of doing stuff for you to figure out what you want to do, especially in times that are uncertain when you're not sure if college is going to be an option later or not. So I think it's really just opened everyone's mind to the different possibilities you can do after college.
What do you think, Mac? How do you feel about it?
At school, you're usually displayed two options. It's usually military or college, but they don't really talk about trades that much. But I think, with today, now everybody can go to college, but, you have all those, it's expensive now. It's a lot more expensive than it used to be, especially if you're going out of state or to a private school. But with trades, personally, I looked into it a couple of times, but you make good money straight off the bat, and you're able to sustain yourself without, needing your parents' money straight out of high school. And it's usually 2 years, am I right, for trade school?
On the trade, and then there's
so it's a good option in my opinion.
So would they ever sway you to do something like that? compared to
Uh,
what your plan is now?
it could, but
Yeah.
probably not.
Um, so Shira Greenfield asked, "Are you guys registered to vote?" This is kind of an interesting thing because most of politicians and everything is kind of dealt with the older. It's kind of just always been you see old people in line to vote. It's kind of always been old people, concerns and issues and stuff like that. But really, in the past 12 months, your generation up to like say like 17, 18 to 30 has been a lot more involved politically between all of the protests and everything that's going on with COVID and all these. There's just a lot going on, and we're starting to see a lot more of your generation start to get involved and really take action. Which you had this label of like lazy millennials and lazy, but you have actually been. Most high school students and college students have been the ones that have really been innovating and been active and really using their voices to get some shit done, basically. So I want to know just how do you vote? Are you registered to vote? Are you involved in this more? What's your take on everything that's going on? Because it's so noisy and it's such a mess and there's so much going on. How do you view it? Do you register to vote? Do you plan on voting? Do you plan on being involved? Cameron. I don't know if she can hear me. Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, I am registered to vote actually. Yeah, and I do plan on voting this November. I think it's a really important thing for kids our age to do. I mean, it's one of our rights as a citizen of America. Might as well use it.
It's when you go, anytime I've voted too, there's a list of a lot of people that I'm like, I don't even know. Like I know like there's like 5 or 6 people I definitely like or vote for, and then some of them I'm just kind of guess or go off the whim. Do you have any ideas on like how we could change that so that we could get to know people more often, or get to know more of the people behind just their politics, or vice versa? Do you have any ideas on how we could sway people to vote and not only just like go in there and just check names that they don't know, but any kind of innovative ways or any kind of ideas that you think we could help connect everybody that's running for office to your generation, basically?
Um, I would just say start talking more to kids our age.
Do you
Find
think
out,
social media platforms are the better way
yeah,
to go? Snapchat and Instagram and
the more you can get involved in social media, I mean, that's the future for a lot of people. I mean, it's so big and it's only growing bigger and bigger. If you can get on social media and appeal to the masses that you're trying to reach, then that'll be a huge, huge key.
yeah. Cameron, what do you think? Looks like your connection's good now.
Yeah, I'm good. I definitely think that with social media, that's really been something that's made me more aware of everything, because you see like the protests, the campaigns, and people voice their opinions on social media, so then you can get like different people's perspectives from that. So I mean, I think that a lot of stuff with voting will definitely be more involved with social media and just being aware through those sources.
Yeah, totally. Jordan, what do you think?
I am registered to vote. Registered 2 days ago. My mom would not stop texting me the link, so finally I had to give in. But I was gonna do it anyways. I'll mail in vote since I'll be out of state, but that's definitely a priority of mine to get straightened out this summer. As for the communication piece, I think that in the 2016 election, they really increased the amount of celebrities that were really inspiring younger voters to vote and making it kind of like a cool thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to do a lot of the similar stuff. So yeah, basically.
Mac, what are your thoughts?
I think the best way to try to communicate with our generation is try to talk about kind of the problems we have, with climate change that's gonna be our problem eventually, and with the upcoming student debt we have. I think the best way to communicate with us is to talk to us about the problems that we're gonna be facing in the near future. So.
Totally. All right, last question, and then I have a couple friends that are going to join me. You've gone through it, definitely the craziest year of any high school student ever, and you made it. You seem like you all survived. The next class that's coming up is kind of going through the same thing. We thought it was going to be one thing. Now some schools are already announcing all e-learning. There's kind of just all over the place. So what advice do you have for this year's seniors to kind of get through all this and stay focused and kind of still figure out what they're doing and still have fun? We'll go Luke.
Okay. Was someone else gonna?
No, go ahead. You got it.
Okay. I would just say, I mean, it sucks. It really does. I mean, your senior year is the best year of high school. There's a lot of memories you could miss, but ultimately, your high school career is 4 years of how many years of your life? I mean, there's so much more stuff ahead of you in life and there's so many more memories you're about to make that it sucks, but like if you just keep your head down, I mean, and work through it, I mean, you'll still see your friends. You'll find a way to see your friends. You'll find a way to get things done. In the end, it won't ruin your life. It won't be too bad.
Yeah. Cameron, what do you think? What advice can you give?
I kind of agree with what Luke was saying. It is really tough. It was really tough for me, even though I got to go through most of my senior year. But high school is only a small part of your life, and there's so much more exciting things that you're going to do and things to look forward to in the future. And so you just have to stay focused now, finish your education, even if it is online, and you can still do things with friends and make up for the experiences you're missing now, but there's going to be more stuff to do. So stay on your path, stay focused, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
She said it better.
Mac, what do you think? What advice can you give? Of course it sucks, but like, how can they get through it? How can they, like you're staying focused, you stay in your path. How'd you guys do that? How'd you like keep your sanity and not completely freak out? Like, I'm getting totally screwed on my senior year here. Like, what was some of the things you did that you could tell these now seniors that can help them?
I mean, the best thing that I did was just hope for a better future. I mean, at least at this point, in Woodstock, they get to go to school for at least half the day. I mean, we didn't even get to go to school for our last what was it, 3 months? So I mean, you just gotta make the best out of it. I mean, it's terrible, and there's really nothing you can do about it. But you can just, things obviously are getting better if we're able to go back to school, and things will continue to get better. So you just gotta keep moving forward in that. So
yeah, Jordan, give us your wisdom.
I mean, obviously it's devastating, and my heart does go out to those poor seniors. Everybody, from seniors to people that are like starting middle school to, oh my gosh, the little kids. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think staying together, no matter what age you are, and communicating, whether it be FaceTime, or Zooms like this, I think that's really important. Just so that, you don't lose those friendships and you don't drift apart and become isolated in your room, and you know what I mean? So.
And the good news is everyone's going through it. It's not just one class or just, like you said, college. I mean, college seniors, that's got a super, like, you're finally done with everything and you can't even celebrate it. And, they're making 3-year-olds wear masks. Like, how are you going to keep a mask on a 3-year-old? It pretty much sucks for everyone. So I think that's the big takeaway, is just keeping communication, talk with everyone, and just kind of work through it, because, everyone's trying to figure it out as they go along. But I have a couple words of advice since you're doing it. Some very prominent, amazing people in the Woodstock community. Woodstock Fire Chief Hill and Woodstock Mayor Sager are nice enough that they were sitting in the waiting room this whole time while we were trying to figure out our technical difficulties. So we're gonna have them pop in here in just a second, just to say a couple words. Fire Chief Hill, can you hear me, sir?
I can. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you for joining us and taking time out of your crazy schedule. We were just kind of talking about how it's just such a crazy year on all fronts, but just how they kind of got screwed out of their senior year, how they're looking forward to, the future, and, advice they can give to the next senior class. We just kind of wanted some words of encouragement and some thoughts from your perspective. You kind of get to see everything on a larger level. So what advice can you tell our friends here?
I'm glad you put it the way you did. I wasn't going to say that, but you hit it right on the head. They did really get screwed out of their senior year. And when I think about back to my senior year, how much fun I had and all those milestones that we went through in that last year. That was a great time. You know, it was my last year with my friends before we went off to college. And I just really feel for you guys that you missed out on a lot of that. But having said that, I really have to commend you for how well you've taken it and how strong really the entire community has been, especially those high school students that really kind of got the short end of the stick, but you guys are taking it like adults and being very mature and understanding of the situation, and you really should be commended for that.
Yeah. How are you guys holding up?
Very well, actually. I was very pleasantly surprised when this all came about at first. I think the first feeling amongst the fire service in general was, well, this is kind of silly. It's not such a big deal. And I don't remember exactly when it happened, but at some point we hit that critical mass where across the fire service, not only in our area, but throughout the state and even the country, we realized that, hey, this was really a big deal and it could be potentially catastrophic. And we, like everyone else, didn't really know what to do. And my biggest fear was twofold. The first part of the fear was that my membership would be decimated and I would be trying to run calls with half my department out, which would have been tough. And to make that even worse, if we started seeing huge increases in call volume and demand for service, and at the same time had to try to run those calls with less people, we would have been in a lot of trouble. And normally when that happens, we look to our neighbors and friends, neighboring fire departments to come and help us out. But in this case, they would be just as likely to be in dire straits as we were. So we really had to be careful and make sure that we did not let that virus get into our fire department. That was critical. And what we found out was actually the opposite of what we expected. Our call volume actually dropped by almost 50%. And I think what actually happened is, yes, we did start seeing some more COVID transports, but anyone else who didn't really need to go to the hospital certainly did not want to go to the hospital where they knew they were going to be exposed to those germs. So it was kind of counterintuitive, but the final result is we to date have had 0 COVID positives amongst our membership. So that's fantastic. And we do get notified when we do a COVID positive transport after the fact. We'll get maybe an average of 1 or 2 per day. So it is out there, but I think our community is taking the proper steps and, you know, acting in a responsible manner to the point where it's been manageable in our community. So I'm going to knock on wood and thank our lucky stars, but let's keep moving forward the way we have been. And I think we're going to make it through this thing.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Not one case. That's incredible.
I can, absolutely.
Oh, it's working.
There he is.
All right.
You're all off the hook. Way to go.
One of the busiest men in Woodstock, and we're having them sit on hold for like 45 minutes. So thank you, Dr. Sager, for coming back on the show and for surprising these students. We kind of, just to recap, we were just talking about, you know, how they're getting through it, coping mechanisms, their outlook, their perspective, their advice for now new seniors, as this seems to be going nowhere. You know, it's going to be here for a while. So what can you say, what kind of advice, what can you say from your standpoint?
Well, first off, I think we have, as I know, we have Cameron and Jordan and Mac. Is that right?
Yep. We also have Luke Rogers with us too.
Luke, very good. Excellent. So I first want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. I want you to know how much we appreciate everything that you have been through. This is not what one would consider to be either the most desirable or the most normal of years that you all have had to tread through. But at the same time, obviously, you've just done a great job and worked your way through and have been successful in terms of graduating from high school. So it's really important that we congratulate you and express our sincere pride in each and every one of you on the basis of your accomplishments. And now, of course, you have a long way to go as you look to the future. And as you've been talking about, there's going to be a set of challenges for yourselves and the challenges for those folks who now are going to be taking your place as incoming seniors into the high schools in the community. I think the most important thing that you're probably learning at this stage of the game is frankly perseverance, and that's probably a pretty darn good lesson in life, is just the ability to be able to persevere. You know, none of us really knows what tomorrow is going to hold. We have no idea. It's not scripted for us, if you will, and so we can get up any morning and something's bound to be different or something's bound to happen in life that we did not anticipate. And so that's a great kind of backdrop for the fact that you have had a long experience in that right now, and you've had to try to chart your course from one day to the next. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's pretty much what it comes down to. One of the biggest skills you can have in life is adaptability, and you learn that tenfold right now. So that's amazing. Thank you, Chief Hill. Thank you, Mayor Sager for hanging out so long in the waiting room while we figured out these technical difficulties. And thank you to the students. Good luck to you guys. Thank you for being on the show. Keep that positivity. Good luck in your future endeavors. You're going to have a lot more obstacles, and it seems like you're pretty prepared for them. So thank you all for being on the show, and well, good luck to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having us.
Thank you.
And if I could just say, don't ever forget, you've always got a community behind you. So we look forward to your success and accomplishments in the future. Thanks for being a part of our future right now.
That was so cool that Mayor Sager and Fire Chief Hill was able to pop in and surprise the kids with some words of encouragement, inspiration, and wisdom. Such cool guys. And the class is smart. I think this the class of 2020 is going to do some amazing things. And good luck to the class of 2021. You got this. Now, parents, grab your Kleenex. You've submitted a lot of graduation pictures from the class of 2020. So we put it to the beautiful music of Woodstock North High School's Variety Choir and Woodstock High School's music department staff. You're going to love this. Check it out.
I'll be your bridge of troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge of troubled water. I will lay thee down. When you're feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get when friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, my Lord, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes,
dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you ever need a friend, look around the sailing like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your heart like a bridge over troubled water.
I will ease your mind.
I'll be your bridge across troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge across troubled water. I will
McHenry County is filled with some very talented people. We even have a newspaper cartoonist. His name is Matthew Hansel, and every other week until the end of the year, he's going to have a strip in the Northwest Herald to help champion a cause near and dear to him. That's saving the Dole in Crystal Lake. They do the Lakeside Festival every year, something that Modern Day Romeos has played many times. We love that Lakeside Festival and the Dole. They do a ton of things with the community and with the arts, and so this is his contribution to helping raise money. You can check out more information at thedole.org, D-O-L-E, thedole.org. In the meantime, check out this comic strip. It's pretty cool.
Hi everyone, I'm cartoonist Matt Hansel, and I'd like to tell you about a character I co-created with my friend Nancy Merkling. You might know Nancy as the co-executive director of the Dole Mansion in Crystal Lake. I know her through Fourth Fridays and through my wonderful fiancée Jessica. Well, one day Nancy called me up because she knows I've always wanted to work with her on something, and said that the Dole needs to raise $500,000 by the end of the year to help stay alive during this pause we're having because of COVID, and so they can open up safely on the other side of the pandemic. So Dole Man is here to help save the Dole by encouraging everybody in the community to help save this historic gem that provides art and culture and education for everybody through their donations. Every donation will help. And to help us out, the Northwest Herald is publishing a Dole Man comic strip every 2 weeks on Tuesdays between now and the end of the year. So be sure to check it out at thedole.org. Dole Man, Episode 1. The Dole Mansion, Crystal Lake, Illinois.
No, canceled. It can't, no, what? It can't be true. I thought the city. Boo!
What seems to be the problem, citizens? It's Dole Man. Is it true that the Lakeside Festival has been canceled? What are we supposed to do? I'm afraid it's true, citizens. The festival has been canceled for safety reasons. But rest of... Boom! It's me, Novi El COVID.
I've come from Dimension 19 to tell you all that your precious Dole mansion will soon be no more. You fiend, have you no decency? I enjoy sport, Dole Man, so here is a challenge for you and all the people that say that they enjoy the Dole mansion. Bring me $500,000 or I'll transport the Dole to Dimension 19. The clock is ticking. Boom! To be continued next week. Don't you know? The Dole owns and produces the Lakeside Festival. This annual event is the Dole's largest source of fundraising. If we don't raise the money, over 40 years of Lakeside Festival traditions will cease to exist. Please donate today. For updates and information, please visit www.thedole.org.
I absolutely love how people are using their creativity to make McHenry County stronger together. That's such a great idea. $500,000 is a lofty goal, so please check out thedole, DOLE.org, to learn more about what the Dole is and how you can help them, and save that so that we can play Lakeside next year as well. That's it. That's our show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, for sharing this video, for being a part of every episode. All of this is nothing without you guys, so please keep sending us ideas, keep sending us content. Be a part of our team. We only want this to grow. In the meantime, we'll see you in 2 weeks, next Wednesday. Have an amazing rest of July, and we'll see you in August. Bye, everyone. Episode 9. Oh. McHenry County is filled with some talented. I love the creativity that we're using to help. McHenry County is filled with some very talented people. We even have a cartoonist. His name is Matthew Hansel, and one of his dreams is to be a news. I keep I'm in there, and I'm okay. Want to do this? Please, please. I'll give you $5. I'll give you $100. I'll give you $500. Okay. We'll see you in 2 weeks next Wednesday. In the meantime, bye. God, it was right at the end.